All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. If Conan the Barbarian were a therapist or coach, how would he treat specific issues? Let's start with social anxiety. Conan the Barbarian's approach to social anxiety would be a brutal yet potentially effective form of exposure therapy, stripped of all the gentle euphemisms and cloaked in a Cimmerian sensibility. He wouldn't care for the intricacies of cognitive restructuring or the nuances of hot thoughts. His method would be about doing, not overthinking. Here's how Conan might treat social anxiety as a therapist or coach. 1. Silence the inner whimper. Feel the outer roar. Confrontation of self-criticism. The problem? The socially anxious person is often plagued by a relentless inner critic, predicting judgment and humiliation. Conan's therapy? You hear whispers in your mind telling you of scorn. They are weak spirits born of your own fear. Shout them down. Is your voice so feeble it cannot drown out the babbling of a cowardly ghost? Your fear is a shadow, and shadows flee from a roaring fire within. Technique? He might literally instruct the client to stand in front of a roaring fire or a symbolic one and scream affirmations, insults at their fear, or even just primal sounds until their voice is hoarse and their chest aches. The goal is to physically manifest defiance against the internal monologue. 2. Face the horde. Radical exposure. The problem? Avoidance is the primary coping mechanism for social anxiety, reinforcing the fear. Conan's therapy? You shrink from the gaze of others? You hide in the shadows like a rat? Out! Face them! What can they do but look? Can their eyes pierce your hide? Can their whispers wound you more than your own inaction? The fear is greater in your mind than in the eyes of 1,000 men. Technique? Conan would bypass gradual exposure. He'd likely drag the client directly into a bustling marketplace, a noisy tavern, or even a public gathering. He'd demand they engage, not necessarily eloquently, but with direct action. Bargain for bread, simple interaction. Go, ask the baker for his coarsest loaf. Look him in the eye, do not stammer. Share a story, public speaking, albeit in a small setting. Tell these drunkards of your grandest blunder, let them laugh. What is a laugh but wind? It cannot break your bones. Stand and observe, passive exposure but with active defiance. Stand in the center of the square. Do not speak, just stand. Let them look. Let the fear wash over you like a cold river. Then feel it recede, for you have not been broken. 3. The weakness is in the mind, not the flesh. Physical manifestation of strength. The problem? Social anxiety often comes with physical symptoms, shaking, blushing, racing heart, that reinforces the cycle of fear. Conan's therapy. Your heart pounds? Your hands tremble? Good. It means you are alive. Use that pounding to fuel your steps. Let the trembling be the anticipation of action, not the tremor of a coward. Your body is a temple of steel, not a reed in the wind. Technique? He might incorporate physically demanding exercises before social exposure. Push-ups, chopping wood, running a short, intense sprint. The idea is to flood the body with the sensations of physical exertion, making the anxiety symptoms seem less unique or debilitating. You survived that axe-swinging session, fool. A few eyes on you is but a gnat's bite. 4. The blade of direct communication, assertiveness training. The problem? Socially anxious individuals often struggle with setting boundaries, expressing needs, or asserting themselves. Conan's therapy? Do you bite your tongue when you are wronged? Do you nod when you wish to roar? No. Speak your truth. Let your words be a sharpened blade, cutting through falsehoods and indecision. Better to be feared for your honesty than pitied for your silence. The technique? Role-playing, with Conan as the demanding, unyielding conversational partner. He would deliberately provoke the client to assert themselves, even if clumsily. You wish to leave? Say it. Do not shuffle your feet like a whipped dog. Go now. 5. What is honor if not action? Focus on action over perfection. The problem? Perfectionism and fear of making mistakes fuel social anxiety. Conan's therapy? You strive for flawless words, flawless gestures. Fool, life is a battle, not a dance. You will stumble, you will make errors, but a warrior learns from his blows. He does not shirk from the fight. Action, even flawed action, holds more honor than perfect inaction. Technique? Celebrating any attempt at social engagement regardless of the perceived success. If a client manages to say hello to a stranger, even with a blush and a stammer, Conan would bellow, "A start! The ice is broken, now do it again, with more thunder in your voice." Conan's therapy for social anxiety would be a jarring, uncomfortable, and potentially terrifying experience. But for those who survived it, who pushed past their comfort zones under his unyielding gaze, they might just emerge with a newfound raw courage that allows them to face the hordes of daily social interaction with the spirit of a true barbarian. What do you think? What do you think about being coached or counseled by Conan the Barbarian, specifically with social anxiety? Leave your comments below, and I'll speak to you next time.